What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. This episode of the Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by StockX. StockX is the world's first online stock market of things for high-demand consumer products, including sneakers, watches, and handbags. StockX connects buyers and sellers using the same methodology as the world's stock markets, an anonymous, live bid-ask market. All products are physically authenticated by StockX, allowing participants to focus on the transparency of data available, including real-time market pricing. That means no stressing about shady buyers and sellers and no blurry pictures to decipher. All watches are in excellent or better condition. All you have to worry about is finding the watch you want and placing a bid you feel comfortable with. I'm happy to announce I partnered up with StockX to give away an Autodromo Group B Evoluzione watch starting today, Tuesday the 11th, through Tuesday, September 18th. Check out my Instagram from today for details on how to enter. The Smoking Tire on Instagram. Check it out for how to enter in the contest. The winner will be announced next week on my Instagram. That's September 18th. Again, I'm giving away an Autodromo Group B Evoluzione watch on my Instagram. Hit it up at the Smoking Tire. You'll see the watch. You will see how to enter. Thank you very much, Autodromo and StockX. That's sweet. We are also brought to you today by Beeline Coffee. The roasted tire is in stock now. That's the Smoking Tire, my personal roast. It's so delicious. It's literally the best coffee I've ever tasted, and it was made just for me. And I love coffee. I'm a coffee nerd. You guys are going to like it too. I give it to everyone I possibly can. Go to BeelineCoffee.com and use code TST to get 15% off anything in the Beeline Coffee store. All right, this episode, we've got a friend of mine, Mr. Ralph Guerra, in studio. Ralph is an automotive journalist. He writes for various internet brands sites. They own a lot of, make-specific stuff, like BMW forums and Corvette forums, stuff like that. He's also a stand-up comic. He's a great dude. I haven't seen him in a while, so it's good to hang out with him, even though I think this episode was recorded the first day after I quit smoking weed, and I'm in a bit of a rough state. But it should be entertaining for a variety of reasons. Ralph Guerra on the Smoking Tire Podcast. Fucking Smoking Tire Podcast. That's who you just started. Just drop it. Boom! Boom. What's happening, folks? Mr. Ralph Guerra is in the studio. Stand-up comedian, car person, Taurus SHO enthusiast.
Yes, I am.
Did you wash your car before you came over? It's fresh.
2 days ago.
That SHO is fresh.
Yeah, it's the third one.
Is it?
Third SHO?
Third one, yeah.
Really?
I had
I just can't quit you.
I had a 2 second gens, and then this is the first gen.
But this is the one I saw you with last time, though. Yeah, you've had this for a minute. Yeah. Our own Thaddeus Brown had the first gen as well. He just fucking called me. He's in Dubizzle. Oh, damn it! There's a thing I forgot to do for him.
I haven't seen him in a while.
That's because he lives in Dubai.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why.
He's going to be coming back for briefly.
Yo, is that shit true about when you compliment someone in Dubai, they have to give you their shit?
What?
You never heard
they
about
have to give
this?
you everything?
Apparently, I saw some video that this guy complimented this other guy in Dubai about his watch. Like, oh, dude, that's a nice watch. And then the guy just, here, take it.
That's not a rule. That's a guy
that's
who's
not
like,
a rule. That's a guy who doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, but apparently it's that's
There's a lot of guys who don't give a fuck over
well,
if that was true, Thad would have 9 cars.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, 19. Yeah.
And apparently, and then there was another video. This guy said that he got a car from his uncle's friend. There's that's a nice car.
I really think that is you've heard a couple exceptions, not rules. Is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it was.
It was out of the way. Hey folks, fucking let me tell you something about weed. It's addictive. And I know that because I'm having with the fuck draws.
Oh no!
Really fucking bad. I quit smoking. So the backstory, Ralph, is I tried to lose some weight last month.
Yeah.
And I was trying to debate what is the better way to lose a little bit of weight quickly, because I was trying to fit into a specific suit for my sister's wedding.
Yeah.
I lost 18 pounds in a month.
Yeah.
Quitting drinking. All I did was no drinking and no carbs after 3 p.m. That was it.
Solid.
Did everything else? It did exactly the same.
Yeah,
and
don't you drink low carb? Don't you drink vodka
Yes,
sodas
yes,
anyway?
Yes, but it's not the calories in the drinks. I mean, it is if you're drinking beer and shit, but liquor also makes you retain water. So you can shed a lot of water weight more than the value of the calories.
Well, plus, like you're a strong drinker, so how many vodkas do you have on a night? You go out 10, it's 600 calories.
Not 10, but like I mean,
till your hands stop shaking.
In the play days, we all had
7
10,
or 8 years ago.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, no. Now it's like, but if I'm at dinner, like Hannah and I got into a really bad habit of having a bottle of wine at dinner every night.
A lot of sugar.
That shit adds up. So anyway, quit drinking for a month, lost 18 pounds, felt good.
Yeah.
But I was debating whether to quit drinking or smoking weed. And Hannah, who loves me and I love her, just to say that, I love you, baby. She was a little disappointed when I chose drinking and not weed. And that's because she likes me better when I'm not smoking weed. Everyone else likes me better when I'm smoking weed. Yeah. Except her. So I decided that for science, I would do the month without weed.
Why? Are you like a giggle puss or like?
Because I have a fucking girl that loves me and I want to.
But like, how are you? Like, I feel like high. You're just like.
No. It's not. The point is again to lose weight.
Yeah.
That's the point is the point of the exercise isn't like weed was causing a problem. It was that I wanted to find out what was the better way to lose weight. I tried one, but I probably should try the other.
Yeah.
So after smoking weed every day for 2 years, maybe more. First day, no weed. It didn't go well. It was very stressful. Yeah, that was yesterday. I slept.
Yesterday was the first day?
The first day. So last night I slept like maybe an hour and a half. And during that hour and a half, I had a horrific nightmare that woke me up. And also at the same time I'm trying to do this, I have this new cat that's not getting along with our other 2 cats.
Oh, no.
So I have to like separate them and play with both, play with all of them and do this other shit and feed them on the other side of the door and like switch their places. And so like, it's just a lot of things piling up and combine. And also I can't eat. I ate maybe 500 calories yesterday. I ate maybe 200 calories today. Can't eat.
Super low.
Can't eat.
Whoa.
The taste of food is fucking disgusting.
Oh my God.
I had to force myself to eat a tiny little croissant this morning, and it was gross. And I tried to eat a big salad for lunch. I had maybe 5 or 6 bites and threw it away. I cannot eat.
Oh my God.
So I feel like I'm gonna die. You know how much weight I lost in the last 24 hours? I'm not even fucking around. I lost 8 pounds. Oh my God. I lost 8 pounds in 24 hours.
I think something's wrong.
That's
with
not
you.
even possible.
I am right now today. I am the lightest I have been since 2013.
All right, well, 2 pounds is water weight, and the rest is your body cannibalizing
My body
your muscles.
eating itself.
Yeah.
Because I can't fucking eat.
Stress too.
And I have this like, this weight, this anxious weight that is just like, it just feels like doom. It's just it sits here and it doesn't go away. And I spent all morning driving fucking Porsches, by the way. I had like a nice morning. Like, it's not like I was in a coal mine all morning. I had all morning I'm driving Porsches, and it didn't go away. Oh it's fucking, it's awful. It's and yet I have like sitting on like 2 ounces of herb in my house. Like I could just go smoke it. It's right there. No one's around.
How long do you have to go?
I mean, I don't have to do anything, but I'm trying to do a month.
If you stayed on it,
trying to do a month.
And this is day 2?
This is day 2. Bro, it gets better. No, the first like 5 days are terrible. Yeah. They were terrible last time I quit too. Yeah. They were bad.
I know.
I think this is worse, actually. I really do.
Not to be mean, but every time you quit, the day you decide to quit and the next day, like we always kind of chuckle. We're like, you're in a bad mood. And you're like, no.
No, this time,
like,
this time I knew
watches.
No, it's really bad. The cats are making it so much worse, especially because Hannah's in San Francisco. I'm by myself dealing with this. Oh my God. I got home, all 3 cats were crying. You ever heard 3 cats crying from different rooms in your house at the same time?
Is it worse than 3 cats fucking? Because that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad too.
And also, so the vet recommended I get this stuff. It's called Fellaway. And it's like a little atomizer that you plug in, like a Glade plug-in thing, and it releases these little hormones, right? Yeah. Well, my house does not have air conditioning.
Really?
No. Because the beach
doesn't it have heated floors?
Yeah, but they're terrible. It basically has no heat either. My house fundamentally has 0 climate control. Yeah. And so
it's a piece of shit house.
No, it's an amazing it's an amazing house. It's an amazing house.
It's ridiculous.
The
it's
only
a dope
thing
house.
bad about it is there's no climate control. So it gets really cold in the winter, it gets really hot in the summer. You open the windows, no problem. But if you want your fucking atomizers to work, guess what? windows sealed. So it's like,
oh yeah,
I'm just like dying of humidity and it's like
and cat hormones. That's all you're just breathing in, just turning into a giant mama cat
in pockets.
Fucking the weight of all of it is just it's fucking driving me nuts.
This is why Martin Lawrence ended up in the street with a gun.
Right?
I'm quite convinced now. But the exhaustion thing, when that happened, I was like, that's dumb. But I've gotten real tired and cranky. I'm like, if you just did that for like 10 years and just had the weight of everything, like, yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, if I don't, I'll be we got podcasts every single day this week.
I know.
Thursday and Friday are going to be a treat.
Oh, boy.
You know, honestly, I'm trying to like, this is not about cars, people, and I'm sorry, but guess what? We got fucking airtime to fill this week, and I got some shit going on, and this is my fucking...
It's real life smoking time.
And I've known Ralph for a long time. This isn't like I wouldn't just. You were just a rando.
Like, can we talk about the new Jaguar?
You fucking understand this kind of stuff,
absolutely.
dude. You're a comic. You understand.
You'd be like Steve Dinan. Hold on a second. I gotta.
It's just man. You try to like you can't come. I'm not complaining. I got like an awesome life, but like goddamn, there is 100% a physical addiction to weed, and I'm not fiending for it. It's not that. It's not like I need to smoke weed. It's like not like a crack thing. It's just like I don't have it, and that's how I deal with stress. And I don't, and it's like it just is like feels like the world's crashing down. It's fucking awful.
That
man.
Weight of anxiety is the worst thing in the world.
So bad. It's so bad. And I usually smoke sativas, and I thought maybe without the sativa it would chill, but nope.
Weird.
And I'm like, I've sweat through like 3 shirts today already. It's not even that hot out. It's not, and I'm sweating through clothes, and I fucking just feel like garbage.
You feel the way I feel when I smoke weed.
Just always scared. Staring at yourself in the mirror. Just oh no, I'm getting higher.
Well, I just went backpacking for like a week, and I smoked weed a couple times at night to try to sleep through like the bright full moon, which didn't work. For like 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is great. Mountains, everything looks awesome, and then 16 minutes goes in, I'm just like, ooh, what if there's an earthquake? And
you're lost
and this
in your
hits above the
thoughts.
ground. Just lost.
Oh my god, yeah. I smoke indica so I just help me to go to bed.
Yeah.
And if I don't smoke it, I'll have like sleep paralysis.
Right.
Which is
sleep
like,
paralysis.
You ever heard of sleep paralysis?
I mean, I've heard of it. But
So basically, your mind thinks your mind is awake, but your body's asleep.
Jesus.
So you're just like sitting there in this like paralyzed.
Can you literally not move your body?
You can't move.
What the fuck?
But and then what happens? You just eventually
it's a
fall
half
back
dream
asleep?
state. It's a half dream state. And you could shake yourself out sometimes. Like the only thing I can move my lip.
Weird.
I could like shake my lip like a lot of, and also there's just shadowy figures around you. Just to make it scarier.
Wow, yours is weird too.
No, it's terrible. No, it's terrible. And
it's just if you don't blaze a little sativa.
Yeah, it's just like because I'm in and out of this. I don't sleep because it's like this in and out of this REM stage. And it's funny because like my girlfriend knows when I'm like paralyzed because she can like
can she tell and wake you up?
Because I'm like whimpering kind of. I'm whimpering and I could like.
Oh my god!
So like scary. I need to be sure we don't get into a fight before like I go to bed and like because if I'm paralyzed and she knows I'm paralyzed like and she doesn't wake me up.
Does that happen all the time?
Yeah, man, it happens a lot. And I have night terrors, so it's a real pleasure to sleep next to me.
The best for me, the best thing about smoking weed is the elimination of dreams. Go to bed, wake up, nothing in between. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I love it. Because when I quit, I have dreams and they're all nightmares. Every single one of them. I haven't had a good dream, like a fucking awesome fantasy, flying through the air or fucking a supermodel or sailing on I haven't had a dream like that forever. I have horrible, real, not like monsters and shit, real.
But I thought when you quit weed, like you have nightmares for a little bit and then actual dreams come back.
It takes like a month. It's a shitty, shitty month of horrible nightmares. It really is. Anyway, here we are. 90 minutes sleep.
You sound like a soldier that came back from war.
Fuck. Well, yeah. My girl's dad was the 7th pair of boots on the ground in Vietnam. He was training in Japan when the war started. So his company was the first company over there.
Oh, God.
I think there was like 70 of them and like 3 of them came home.
Yeah.
He is the sweetest guy in the world, but man, did war get the best of him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it did not. It did not affect him in a positive way, let's just say. Brutal. Really, really brutal. Really brutal.
If you're first on the ground, like
yeah, dude, there was nobody else there. You land in Vietnam, you're by yourself.
Just looking for that freaking air hawk to pick you up.
I just read about the The tunnels that they were using.
Yeah.
That's fucking. Where was it? Where did I just get that? Did you just get that recently?
No.
I feel like I just got that very recently.
You watched Ken Burns' documentary?
Is that
on
where
Netflix?
I saw it? Yeah, they were talking about
amazing.
the tunnels. Maybe that's where I saw it. Anyway, cars.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for.
What they
Yeah,
driving,
they drive
man?
Fucking those duck boat things. All those duck boats they've got now that fucking keep capsizing and killing people. You know those things? Yeah, they got them in Philly. Just Google duck boat.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
bus that's a
That's
boat.
right.
And
Yeah.
it drives around the city and then just into the water, and they keep capsizing and people die. All of them boats are leftover Vietnam surplus.
Wow, I went to one of those in Boston when I was a kid.
They had a couple of them in Iceland when we were there, and you'd go through the glacier lake or whatever, and they're like, yeah, this one's got bullet holes in it. And they fucking
Oh,
did.
shit.
Yeah, they said they got them from Army surplus.
Oh my god.
Crazy, right?
Shooting up duck boats.
Well, they keep fucking capsizing, and people keep dying in them. They're super sketchy. Don't ever go in a duck boat.
We tried to get one in Iceland for Spinelli to drive, but they wanted lots and lots of money.
It was probably for him to drive the fucking... Oh, that's the Windsor one on the right there. Pull that over, that picture top right.
What?
I just saw this one when I was in England driving rat Ferraris. That yellow one on the top right is those Windsor duck boat that has a really awkward and shitty proportions.
Yeah. Well, the ones we have in Boston are like lifted.
Oh yeah, because you can't get out of that once that capsizes.
Fuck no. You're well, the one. There's some that have enclosed roofs. That one with the enclosed roof is like mega dangerous.
Yeah.
You are trapped in there.
Yeah.
The ones with an open top, at the very least, if you can swim, you'll probably live.
Wow, they're everywhere though.
It's like those Santa Barbara boats.
They're all over the place. They're super, super shady. Super shady.
Let's get one.
For sure, dude.
Throw an LS in it.
You think we can off-road it? They
God damn, yeah, we can.
They
Try
probably
hard enough.
I bet you could fucking... Man.
We've proved you can off-road anything.
Yeah. Anyway. What's happening with you, Ralph?
Speaking of off-road, you guys got to get down to fucking King of the Hammers.
He went.
Oh.
Zach went and said it was the best.
It's the best.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
nuts,
It's
and
insane.
you can get so close to all the action, it's just dangerous.
What were you just
insane.
doing down there?
I was covering it for Racing Junk.
Oh, yeah.
I was in a trailer outside in the parking lot, and then go in and like. Did you already talk about like all the trails and stuff are named after gay porns?
What? No.
No, but that's hilarious.
Look up the.
Are they really?
Yeah. Look up the King of the Hammers trail names, and then they're all gay porn names.
That's hilarious. Is King of the Hammers also a gay porn?
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Is. I think it probably is. No?
This could take a minute.
right.
Course overview.
It's
whatever.
crazy, man. It's like it's Mad Max out there. Getting out of there is insane.
Why?
Because
Just the traffic?
there's 12 makeshift roads that's supposed to go onto one, and everyone's got a trailer and everyone's pulling something. So literally I had to like drive through the desert in my dad's 4x2 Pathfinder, and in my head I was like, yeah, it's a Pathfinder, it'll find a path. It was like I legit looked like a Nissan commercial.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's not kidding. Dude,
Pull a picture over. Zoom in and pull the picture over.
this is I mean, where to go? Something was called
happened?
Coconut something. Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder,
Why does
classic. If you haven't seen it,
I like the plot of the first one better.
yeah.
Big Johnson, Upper Big Johnson,
Upper Big Johnson.
Backdoor Spooners.
That's really funny.
So you got all these desert dudes like, yeah, I'm about to go hit up Backdoor Spooners and Chocolate Thunder and fucking.
That's really funny. Good on them for coming up with that. I
Yeah,
love
and
that
it's
shit.
so funny. Like you have like these press briefings and like you have this like
Oh my
really
God.
nice woman that's like, okay, so everyone's gonna go over Chocolate Thunder. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Now, when you come down
finish.
Slippery Twink, the IRS guys are going to do better than the guys with the solid rear. I'm just saying, because Slippery Twink is
it's
tricky.
It's a tricky.
Slippery Trink don't like solid rears.
Loosen it up.
Going to be a little bit of binding
good.
there.
Yeah.
That is, I think, one of the best races on the planet. It's from a spectator's perspective, and just like the gear they make for it, and like
my
offset
God,
drive
yeah.
shafts, and then the guys, and there's people doing IFS
And
other
no
shit.
one finishes. No one
the
finishes.
attrition is like crazy, right?
It's crazy. It's like 4 out of
Huge.
80.
That's wild, man.
Jesse Combs rolled there this year in like a high-speed corner at the very beginning. It was just like the suspension was set up weird and just went whoop, boop, boop, and it just rolled over.
That's no good.
No.
What else was going on out there? Is there like a sideshow of some kind besides the race?
The Hammer Town is like, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's just, a bunch of people and, everyone brings out their, you know,
The Carhartt fashion show.
yeah. But it looks like the music video for you know, Tupac, California Love.
Oh, with the fucking rubber outfits.
Everything's it's all crazy, dude. It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta take your and that'll have it down there.
Oh my god, fucking, it'll rip right in half.
And at night, you just look up in the mountains and there's just lights. People are just off-roading up in the mountain, doing whatever they want. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's rad, man. I would love to do it. I mean, I'd love to go watch it. I don't think I want to race in it. I got fucked up. But I go watch that shit.
Yeah, it sounds like it's real grueling.
Zach,
look, like,
that
this
is
is
not taken over to the public side.
I want to find stuff first. But like, this is a giant truck by all measures, and then in this field, it looks like, why don't you lift your truck, man?
Yeah.
These rocks are the size of the truck.
Yeah.
That to me seems so miserable. To be that person. I like off-roading, but I don't want to have to get out and fucking with a shovel. That's pretty badass. All right, so this guy's front wheel, where is it going to go?
He's going to tip
Yeah.
to the left, and then the right rear is going to be. Ooh, that's terrifying.
That looks shady as hell right there.
This is Outer Limits Trail. We're looking at like a classic CJ, and its left front wheel is
4 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And it from boulder to boulder.
You're looking at the sky too. You're not.
The fuck is this guy seeing?
Terrifying. That stuff really freaks me out.
There's like being good at off-roading, and then there's like being this kind of good at off-roading.
Yeah.
And I am not.
Yeah. They're all probably hammered drunk too.
That's the funny thing about off-roading. It's kind of okay to do drunk.
Yeah.
They don't really.
It's like golfing.
You're not on a road.
It's like golfing, but complete opposite of it.
Jesus. There's a picture of a Jeep here, and it's like, how the fuck is that thing getting out of that? That's crazy.
Man.
Oh my god, that's
I
interesting.
feel like you could only do that in a Jeep
hard.
too.
Do you think you could get that in a UTV maybe?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
They compete there now.
Yeah.
The UTV class, and I forget who we were talking to, that they think that's just where things are going to go because they're so much cheaper.
Yeah.
And they weigh a third of what a Jeep weighs.
Yeah, and they don't. If you're not going to be driving it on the road, you don't need a bunch of the road shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make it down the same rock walls as the Jeeps, and I cut some videos for Con Media and some of their sponsored drivers. Could not believe the size of the shelf that the UTVs were dropping down because they seem like they're so much shorter and the tires so much smaller.
Yeah.
Same, 12-foot, 15-foot rock wall, and they just tip down it. It's nuts.
It's rad.
I can't pull the video up because it's on YouTube, but it's very rad.
Rad.
Dang.
What else you been doing, Ralph? Besides King of the Hammers?
Not much. Got
Drive
back.
anything good? Other than a show?
You know what? It's so funny because it's like, ever since I went to Radwood, it's like all I see now.
Is Radwood cars?
Yeah, all I see, I'm just like, oh, is that a Starion? Yeah. Like cars, these are just like random that you 10 years ago would have just like whatever.
No, like 5 years ago, you'd start seeing cars and you go, I'd race that in Lemons.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you start
yeah.
seeing cars, you go, I'd bring that to Radwood.
Yeah, exactly. I remember. Maybe it was like 6-7 years ago, maybe a little longer. Where like the 5.0s were like just starting to come back. You know?
Ironic cool. They were moving into ironic cool.
Yeah, but before that, like you couldn't give one away for $2,000.
Yeah. Now a quality Fox body is 15 coming up.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing a giveaway with mine. I'm
Really?
raffling it off. Yeah,
What?
month of October and October or into November. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I built or had built. I don't want to say I built it. I paid some folks to build the exact car I wanted in 2014. And
By the time it got done.
and I've driven it once in 6 months, so it's got to go.
Yeah.
Just spent all morning in the fucking new GT3. Oh, it's so
man.
good. So
Yeah.
good. You get in a GT3 and you go, we'll just stop here. Fuck else I need. It's amazing. Porsche Experience Center. You've been down there?
Yeah.
So they tip in the past they've been doing their, you get your car delivered there, or you can do like an sort of intro experience, arrive and drive sort of thing. And they just thanks Jenny Nicky came up with this. Jen Nicole, who actually something tells me she's not going by Jen Nicole anymore. I should probably look that up.
Share.
Look up on Instagram. It's GI Jen. She's not an army thing, but if she's going by anyway, she works down there. And she set it up for me. No, that's not it. That's not her. I'll find the right one. But so they wanted something for advanced drivers. And yeah. Oh, she's going by Jennifer Nicole. Here, this is it. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. So she's going to come on the show, too. So she helped set this up. It's a program for experienced drivers, basically. It's a private driver coaching program, and it's not necessarily focusing on racecraft. They have the racing school in Alabama for that. It's, there she is. There's Jen Nicole, my old friend. Follow her on Instagram. So basically what you do is you show up, you sit down with a private instructor. Yeah. He is your instructor and only your instructor all day. It's just you, him, and a car. They then assign a car to you. In fact, they assigned me 2 cars, so if I ever had a fueling issue, I wouldn't have to wait, but I only needed the one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You sit down and you explain to him, or her, what you think your weaknesses are, where you'd like to improve, whatever. And then you go out in a GT3 and you do.
Is it always a GT3 or is it like you get a Cayman? If you're
no,
just
they have a bunch of stuff.
Well, for the
Matt.
arrive and drive, the basics, you can drive almost anything they've got. And the price is, a Cayman or a Boxster is cheap, and then a turbo or a GT3 is expensive. With the advanced thing, which may not even be on their website yet, I was literally their first student. So it was like they wanted feedback from me on the course, so that's why I went. Anyway, so you go out in a GT3, which is standard. They also are going to do a GTS or a GT3 RS, and you start on the wet skid pad and just maintaining a drift, and feeling where understeer and oversteer starts. It's super slick. And then you go on this low traction.
Oh, the polished course.
The polished course.
How
Have you
was
been
that?
out there?
I've stood there and gone, I need to do this.
It's fucking rad. So it's like, Adams Motorsports Park? You ever been out there?
No.
Can you see if you can get a picture of the low friction course at PACLA? So it's, imagine a go-kart track, but twice as wide, with subtle elevation changes, and the whole surface is polished concrete.
Oh man,
there
that
it is.
sounds
Yeah,
fun.
This is it. So if you're driving it, it wasn't quite done in this picture, but that's it. And so if you want to drive it clean, like not sliding, you literally have to go 15.
Oh, wow.
15 mph. Anything more, you're going to push or you're going to slide.
And real quick, for people watching and listen, when you look at the photo, it looks like it's wet, and it's not.
Right.
And it looks like ice, but obviously it's
like a
80
slick
degrees.
track in go-kart.
It is. It's exactly like a slick track and go-kart, and they actually put polishing compound on the surface to make it slicker.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
So at first you go around that and you try and run it clean so you can see where it's pushing and where it's and how to really modulate that little bit of neutral throttle.
Yeah.
Then you go out on the circuit and you run a few laps, and then you go in and read your data. Then we went back on the low friction track. And he said, "Okay, now,
oh man,
no, don't run it clean. I want a full drift lap." So it's like second gear, 3,000 RPM, 21 miles an hour, beautifully transitioning drifts.
And they like, is it feeding the wheel or hand over hand? They have like a wheel preference.
Specific, they want you to always have your hands at 9 and 3, and they actually want you to cross. Now, I don't do that. I do the reach over and bring back, right? And he tried to tell me that, and I was like, listen, I don't really do it that way, but I think the way I do it is pretty good. So let me do it my way, and if you got a problem with it, like, let me know. And so he ended up saying, like, your way is fine, although there are some places you don't need to go hand over hand, and you'd probably be better by crossing.
Right.
And it turns out he was right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the full drift laps at 20 miles an hour are so fun.
Oh man,
dude, there's like a 4x transition.
Yeah.
There's a downhill 4-time transition. It was so fun.
It's like slightly off camber at the bottom, right? It's real interesting.
It's really, really fun. And I could go around that for hours and hours and hours. And then you go back on the track again, and you do more laps, and it's 4 hours of seat time, private with a GT3 to yourself and an instructor to yourself, and fucking spectacular. At the end of the session, my best lap from my first session and my best lap from my third session, 2.5 seconds.
Whoa,
okay.
It's not nothing.
No,
that's a lot.
On a 1.35 mile circuit. Not on a 4 mile.
Yeah.
That's a ton.
That's a lot.
And
and I saw the lines, and it was like, holy fuck, look how late I'm braking. Look how early I'm on the
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll show you
the data backed it up. This dude was Sean was his name. What's his last name? Go back to my Instagram post. I tagged him in the post from PEC. What's his? Yeah, what's Sean at the
Sean
bottom?
Hayes.
Sean Hayes was a great instructor at PEC. They have a lot of good instructors down there.
Everyone there is very legit. Like Dieter.
Follow him.
Dieter does like they have like the grip. What's it called? Whatever the drifting thing is you can do down there. But like you have to go as an instructor. I think he said you have to go through all the different schools with an instructor and prove that you can do everything a certain way, including that low friction thing. Like you can't slide. You can't let the wheels slide when you drift. You need to feed it.
They don't like you throwing and catching. That's what they don't like. And so he was right though. I was better when I didn't do the throw and catch.
Yeah.
When you do the throw and catch, you're late, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because I've tried both, and I know there's plenty of times where I've let the wheel slip when the wheel needs to go, like, turn a lot.
Yeah.
And I've watched other people do this when I've ridden with them drifting. Once they catch the wheel, unless they're really good, they're then trying to figure out what the front is doing.
Yeah,
and you see a lot of back and forth. And when you feed it, you feel it the whole time.
Yeah.
I think Harris said once he watched me, like, let it go, and he's like, you can do that once you can feed it. Like once you know exactly what it's going to do, then you should be able to like let it go.
Yeah, and also if you have a handbrake in an angle kit, like you sometimes the wheel just moves too much. But in a normal street car, you could pretty much do it.
Yeah.
Fucking badass. So Porsche Experience Center LA, you can book this thing.
Look at the number of schools they have here. We're looking at the webpage. There's
pull it over so everyone else can see.
7.
42 schools? 41. -1. So what are some of those options? I can't read. Just different cars?
Some of it's different cars. Like they have 718 Cayman GTS and then 718 GTS with a manual called Master the Manual. So
they do a heel towing clinic.
See, that's
called
pretty
Master
cool.
the Manual. Yeah, all their defaults are PDK, obviously, for customers. But they have if you can request a stick, if you can drive stick, or if you want to learn to drive stick, they have classes.
Dude, this is cool. Mid versus rear engine, 2 versus 4. You know, you can feel what the different how the different platforms will vary.
Carson. Right off the freeway.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's right off the freeway. I mean, also, let me also add in the fact that all of this shit is happening in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive out to the middle of the desert.
Exactly.
You can do it. I drove 30 minutes down the 405. I was right there. It was awesome. So you can call them up and ask for the accelerated driver program with the GT3 or the GT3 RS. It's $2,100. So it ain't cheap, but add it up, right? $1,000 a day for a driver coach, your own car, your own tires, your own fuel, getting to the track, getting on the track.
You're gonna be better.
You know what I mean? And so it might be a wash financially, but you could do it in a brand new GT3.
Yeah.
Their brand new GT3, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
And if the car breaks, just pull another one around. So they were fucking
And
rad.
if you're not buying weed all the time,
you can afford it.
you can afford it.
That was when I got my Focus RS. When I quit cigarettes, that was one of the things. It was like $8 a day for cigarettes times 30 was like, what's that, $240?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. It's $240. I was like, oh, that's like halfway to a Focus RS lease.
That's crazy. Very true.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, shout out to Porsche Experience Center.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. And they wanted me to they want us to go do a podcast down there or something. I'm not sure how that would work, but I said we would try to figure something out.
Like with driver coaches coming to talk to us, or
with either that or do one with Zwart down there. That was the prevailing thing, was we would interview Zwart down there. That was kind of the thought that we ended on.
that makes sense based on what I know of them.
What you know of them?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Zwart, I know Jeff, and he's wanted to come on the show. I've invited him like 3 times, and he's had to reschedule because he's always like fucking Timbuktu or something.
Yep.
Location scout extraordinaire.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Show.
Yeah.
What's happening in comedy, dude? How's gigs?
Got back from Vegas. That was fun. Did a
Where'd
week
you play?
in Vegas. The Stratosphere.
Cool.
Bro, that's
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. A lot of
Are you
fun.
in a club or in a theater?
Yeah, the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere is it's super fun.
Is it? It's a good club.
Great club. Yeah, it's solid. I love Vegas club because the people that go to that club, it's like you'll get like a good amount of locals, and then you always get like those people that are just like ready to party, spend money. They buy merch. All
Hecklers,
that stuff. Yeah, but like I like hecklers. Hecklers are fun.
Good practice.
Yeah, and then you go out afterwards and you're in Vegas. You know, me and my buddy JC got kicked out of a Pai Gow table at 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m.
What is Pai Gow?
I don't even know.
It's a poker. It's like basically play 2 poker hands, a 2-card hand and then a 5-card hand, and then you basically just got to beat the dealer. If both your hands beat both their dealers, you win.
They
if
play
it's,
2 hands also.
Yeah, and if only one, then it's a push, and then
okay, so here's a picture, and here's your hand and the dealer's hand.
and then the dealer helps you. Like, it's the longest game ever. You play for hours.
I
and
like the slow burn.
And then it's I think I walked in with like $40. I walked out with like 100, but
Great.
I played for like 6 hours and got trashed.
It's fantastic.
Like, the pit boss came over and said, "Hey, you got to stop giving those guys doubles." And then JC, my buddy, goes, "Hey, quit being a piece of shit." Wow. And they don't like it when you tell them that.
No, they don't.
They don't like when you call the pit boss a piece of shit.
No.
I basically fell asleep at the table. And then I got nudged awake, and I was like, "No, pie guy, let's do it." Because I think they thought we were gonna lose money.
Yeah.
But we just kept slow winning.
It's almost like their business is based on that assumption.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you're earning exactly what that dealer's salary is in real time.
If I was that drunk at a roulette table, they'd let me play all fucking night.
Yeah. He'll throw his money away in the next 20 minutes. Don't worry.
Here's $40 on 8. Let's do it.
You were their worst customer because you were making like $1 a minute for 6 hours.
Oh, God.
Wait, that's when you do a gig in Vegas, though. When you get done with the gig, there's still shit to do. Everything's still going.
Oh yeah, you do like even a 10 o'clock show. It's you're out at 11:30.
That's awesome.
And then you just go hang around Vegas.
Do you get like fans in Vegas? Do people treat you like a celebrity?
Oh yeah, everyone loves it, man. It's cool. It's
fucking great.
We hang out with Jim Jeffries while we were out there.
Oh really?
Oh,
Is that
that's
fun?
awesome.
Oh my god, dude! Like, so he's playing at the Mirage,
right?
So we go from the Stratosphere to the Mirage. We're like, oh my god, we're just like, hanging around. Oh my god,
this is way too nice.
I shouldn't be here. And I was like, how much is the minimum? Okay, hold on. Let me just.
His new special was really funny.
Oh yeah, he's a monster.
That story he told about playing James Packer's birthday party was fucking incredible.
He has the best fucking story.
He must.
He has
his
the
Vegas
best
story
stories.
of like the VIP room behind the VIP room. Have you guys heard that?
No, I haven't.
He's basically like, if you go to a nightclub with really famous people, they take you to a place where only famous people get to go. It's like behind the VIP, and it's like a secret door. And he's like, they're just offering drugs. It's just a but he's like, you got to tip everybody. He's like, I spent $5,000, and he's just amazed at what's happening back there.
I mean, the last time I was there at his suite, I was hanging out with the guy that killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh, well, what's his name?
Carrie
Robert,
from Slayer.
Robert what? Robert something?
Forgot. He's from Montana.
Robert O'Neill.
He's from Montana, I think Bozeman or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like telling the story and everything. Everyone's fucking trashed. He got kicked off a plane the next day.
Robert O'Neill did?
Yeah, that's how.
You don't get a permanent pass if you kill bin Laden?
I think he left the suite at like
dude, right?
4:30. Yeah, at like 4:30 in the morning. His flight was at 6.
Oh, fantastic.
He wasn't gonna make it.
I'm glad to know that guy's getting fucked up in Vegas. I really am.
Yeah, and he's there with his wife, who's super cool, and like it was super funny because like she comes up, she's like this like beautiful girl from Boston. She like wraps her arm around me. Oh, that's the guy who killed Osama bin Laden's wife. I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's get that arm off of here.
Yep.
Let's get that arm off.
He
of
was
here.
probably intimidated. None though. He's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. No, this guy.
Sorry, what do you do?
Comedian.
Yeah, I'm a comedy nerd, but he's like, yeah, I killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
it's a good opener in the bar if you ever had to use him.
Jeez Louise.
It's crazy. Good for him. I've heard him tell that story like 3 times. He's definitely been on a media tour about it. He's got a book out or something? He does, right?
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
got a book out probably.
Yeah.
Book tour.
Jim Jeffrey told me about the best heckler he ever got, or the funniest heckle he's ever seen. I guess he was because he started off in London, and there was this guy, this comedian. He's actually, I guess, Kirk Douglas's son.
Not Michael.
Not
Douglas?
Michael.
There's another Douglas.
Like maybe Steve Douglas. I don't know. I'll put money on Steve.
He
Douglas.
works at Jimmy John's.
So, anyways, he's doing comedy, right?
Kirk Douglas's sons. Who do you have? Who's up
I think
the
it's
top there?
Eric Douglas.
Eric Douglas.
Okay, so
Who the fuck is Eric Douglas?
So Eric Douglas is doing comedy in London, and people are heckling him, and whatever, and he's not talking about who his dad is, and then so then all of a sudden he loses control of the room, and he's all like, I'm Kirk Douglas's son. And then, don't you guys know I am Kirk Douglas's son? And then someone in the crowd, someone stands up and just goes, I'm Kirk Douglas's son. and then someone else goes, "I'm Kirk Douglas's son," and then the whole crowd does it.
Oh my god!
And fucking Lou, oh my god, dude, it was insane.
That's
the
game
best
over
ever.
heckle.
Game over.
You have to get off the stage.
Get off the
after
stage.
that.
Yeah.
The crowd just closed.
Holy shit, that's him.
Look at him.
He looks
Yeah.
like fucking Michael Douglas. How does he say? How does he? If that guy said on stage, "I'm Kirk Douglas' son," I go, "Yeah, you look just fucking like him."
Exactly. But so like who's the best part of that formula? Is
The
it
second
the
guy. The second guy.
So I had the conversation. Is it the first guy that does it?
No.
Or it's the second guy that carries it on,
Tie
right?
between the second and the third guys. The third guy really fucking locks it.
Okay, so here's the best part about the third guy. The best part of the third guy, it was a girl.
Oh yes, and the fourth one was Jim Jeffries.
Yeah. He said he was just pissing his pants. He said it was the funniest thing he's ever seen in his life.
Way to yes and
Funniest thing.
audience. That's amazing.
God, yeah.
God
I want to
damn,
see if it was
that's
either
so
London or it was Sydney, but I'm pretty sure it was London.
It's rare when the whole audience would unify in a heckle, but in one that's actually like
His set must
it's
have
not
been
shitty,
not
it's not
good.
asshole.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the saying is like when it comes with hecklers, like you can shear a sheep as many times as you want. You can only skin it once. So once you do something that's a little too, then they turn on you. Now you're the bad guy. It's game over.
No, you got to shut them down while keeping the rest of the room on your side.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the real strategy there? Just make fun of them?
It depends, like I'm kind of like I'm very like the guy you want to have a beer with after, so I'm very positive. So like I'll make fun of them a little bit, but like basically like all they really want is just a little attention.
Yeah.
So give them a little attention, shut them up, and then just
go
get
back
on
to
your
your
shit.
fucking shit.
Yeah. Or you basically just want to make everyone else hate him.
But you have to do that by making them laugh, right? Because Kirk, this guy just stood up and was like, "Don't you know who I am?" Which no one likes.
Don't you know who I am does not work
ever.
No.
It doesn't even work in a serious situation, let alone a comedy situation.
Yeah.
The streets are littered with attempts at "Don't you know who I am?"
And if you ever have to say that,
you've already lost,
and no one knows who you are.
Obviously, no.
Yeah,
obviously,
no one knows who the fuck you are if you say that. Do you know who I am? No, no idea.
I had someone's assistant call me recently.
Yeah,
it was someone that the assistant said that the person was a big celebrity. It is not. It is like
that's great.
It is like the fucking bullshit kid that happens to share the same last name.
Eric Douglas.
It's not even an Eric Douglas.
Oh, man.
Actually, it probably is about the same level with that. And fuck, I don't know where I was going with that. But the point was the assistant dropped the guy's name like 3 times.
Oh, God,
and he was asking about shocks, like what kind of aftermarket shocks to get for some car. But he dropped the fucking dude's name. I'm like, are you trying to impress me with this guy's name? Because like all you're asking me about is shocks. Like I don't care who the fuck the guy is. I'll tell you about the shocks.
Yeah.
Like stop it. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Eibach, leave me alone.
Just get the Michelins, and that's it.
Steven Sarandon has a car that he really wants to modify. He's the cousin of Susan. What does he do?
Jesus.
He's an accountant in Idaho.
Oh God. Steve Gutenberg. Ever heard of him?
It was the last name. The last name was extremely recognizable.
Okay.
And the first name is actually extremely recognizable at all, except he's the third. They're both recognizable names, but it's a third. Yeah.
And if it's not George Foreman,
it's not one of the 7 George Juniors.
Yeah.
Billy Del Toro, the third.
Dave Del Toro.
I'm Dave Del Toro. I work at Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
Lorenzo Lamas III. There was a second one?
There's
when?
a second? Yeah.
Well, there's his daughter, Shane Lamas, that married that Nick Ritchie guy. Remember The Dirty? The website The Dirty? You don't remember that site? There's a website called thedirty.com, which I'm not even sure it exists anymore.
Ooh,
but it was.
Yeah, be careful with this one.
Yeah, it's basically a website that was like basically shitting on,
Still doing it.
Yeah. I don't think he writes it anymore, though. I think he sold it.
Okay.
But it was like, it's
yeah.
like a site that like calls out players and girls who.
Yep,
cheat
I've heard
on-
of this. Yeah.
whatever. The guy who started married Lorenzo Lamas. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
She's hot. Shane Lamas.
probably is.
Shane Lamas is very hot. She gets points. It's SHAYNE for the Googlers at home. She is hot.
Whoa.
She can get it. Yeah. Right?
Okay.
Telling you, I wasn't lying about that.
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah, you've probably seen this dude's face too. If you see pictures of them together, you've seen the Nick Ritchie face. It's like a it's like one of
absolutely.
those faces. Yeah,
you see him at a freaking Soho House, freaking
right. Yes,
2 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck me. What else is happening in the world today?
Where's your most interesting place you've had a gig?
You know what? I told this the last time I was here. A strip club.
Did you?
Wow, that's like back in the day in the 50s, right? Before they had comedy rooms.
It was
strip
between
clubs.
the dancers or same time?
It was in between. It was at the same time. No, it was in between. This girl. It was first of all, it was in Chatsworth. So I had to drive all the way up to Chatsworth, which is porn capital of the world.
Yeah.
You go
Probably
up there.
a good place to go to a strip club. I bet the video
It wasn't.
Girl, no,
it wasn't. No. Like if
Never
it's
mind.
basically
Not
like
comedy night.
No, yeah, they.
Good point.
Like if you're not doing porn, like porn, you're making a lot of money, or at least more money than you would being. And it was alcohol too, so it was. They didn't show.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
So
Well, that's better though. Like
Yeah.
In California, is it California or just L.A.? Is it just L.A. the rule with that? Where you can't do nude and alcohol.
Oh no, it's all of California.
It's all California.
Yeah.
California strip clubs suck.
yeah. So this girl went up and she like killed it to party like a rock star. Just killed it. And
now Ralph Guerra.
dude, bro, she killed it, and the guy's like, "All right, everyone, give it up for Porsche or Lexus, whatever car name she was." And she fucking give it for Daewoo. She fucking kills it, and then he's like, "All right, give it up for Daewoo," and Ralph Guerra, your comedian, just like dropped the DJ voice and just
Whoa.
gave me a microphone, and I just went up and did 10 minutes on. I mean,
titties?
thank God the girls were there because they were laughing.
That's
but
good.
then there was like 40 confused guys that were just like, "What the fuck? Why am I watching this 21-year-old kid?"
Because they had
just-
no idea, right?
No idea.
That's not
no
good.
one. Yeah,
Unannounced.
not even like a comedy night on a chalkboard outside. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Maybe Louis C.K. should start doing drop-ins at the strip club.
The last place they let him in, probably.
Right.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's like we know what's gonna happen here,
yeah.
Mr. CK. We know exactly what's gonna happen.
You can perform at a
we
peep
cleaned
show.
it up last time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, you start off, you just do all those like weird little fucking gigs. Man.
How much time did you do for that show?
That was like 15 minutes.
That's a lot.
It's a long time.
That's a lot of
It's a
time
long
at a strip
time.
club. That's a long time.
long
Imagine a
time.
strip club for 15 minutes without music. This is what I'm trying to picture.
Oh my god, yeah, right? Yeah, with like the disco ball still on my face.
Yeah.
And
the swirly light is still going.
funny enough, like 3, and it was like stripper and then comic and then like 2 strippers and then comic.
Yeah.
And they just mixed it up. I think it was the only time they did it. And
No.
I watched a stripper quit on stage.
Really?
She just sat.
Just
she
sat?
crisscross. She sat crisscross, and the DJ's still like, he was like talking shit about her. He's all like, come on, all right, come on, Gwen, you can do it. Like he used her
That's
real
way
name.
awkward. That's
so brutal.
That's too
Yeah.
real.
And she got up and then she just played video poker for the rest of the night. It was pretty
Oh,
sad.
she didn't leave?
No.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. It's almost like she was like, nah, like I'll still get paid my minimum wage or whatever. Like I'll still do the hourly.
I still need health insurance.
Yeah, exactly. I still got to get my 40 hours in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro,
How
it was
awkward.
bad.
That's so awkward. It's very
Weird.
sad.
But if you're gonna be funny in a room full of people, a room full of strippers is a good place to do it.
Yeah, I know. It was.
That's a long game. That's a long play.
That's also the first time. That's the first time I found out what. The first time I've been offered cocaine. I got off stage and
At a
this
strip club?
No, in Chatsworth? No. She walked up to me and she's like, "Oh my god, you're so funny. Do you party?" And I was like, I must have been 21 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking party. Like, I like parties. Yeah, there's beer pong, whatever.
Cake? I like
keggers. Yeah, it's fun. Cakes." And she's like, "Oh, do you have some?" And I was like, "Oh, she means cocaine."
Yes.
I was still trying to be cool. Like, I could probably get some. I know, weirdo.
I got some spicy bugles. They're pretty good.
By the way, that was not being offered. That was being asked for.
Yeah, asked for.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
I remember I had a girl come up to me at a bar once, and she was introduced by a fan. It was like a fan's girlfriend at a bar.
Yeah.
She was like, "Do you have any coke?" And because I was like famous to this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, "Do you have any coke?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm sorry. It's like not really my thing. I'm more of like a weed smoker, And she goes, "Ew." she made
Oh my
made
god!
the ew.
And then she just turns into a bat and flies away into the night. Little coked up little girl.
Dude, first year I went to Burning Man, I'm just standing there, just looking around, and there's this guy standing next to me wearing a skate shirt, like a skateboard company shirt.
Yeah.
He's got crutches and a cast on.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, dude, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, I was trying to ollie this 10 stair. And we started talking about skateboarding, like normal people. I was sober.
10
He
stair,
was sober.
golly.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it was pretty gnarly. Like I broke my leg, but I'm still coming out here having a good time. I'm like, oh, chatting, where are you from? California, blah, blah, blah. 10 minutes later, this girl walks up to him, just chewing her teeth as flat as this table, and she's just like, "What are we gonna go after this?" And I'm like, "What's happening here?" And then he looks at like, "Oh, hey man, do you want some cocaine?" And I was just looking at her like, "No, I'm good. I don't want anything to do with what's happening to her."
Oh my god,
face.
she's like the slowest transformation into a werewolf ever. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
How do you? Burning Man's really dusty, isn't it? How do you deal with powdery drugs in a dusty environment?
That's a good question.
Have you ever lit a cigarette on a windy day?
Yeah, but they
need
invented
spotters.
a thing for that. Do they? Oh, they.
I'm sure they have.
Actually,
I don't know.
oh
but
yeah, I saw something that I didn't know was possible, or I guess I thought it was possible, but I didn't. All right, tell me if you've seen this before. Seriously, person buys an Afrin bottle, like a nasal spray bottle, pours out the Afrin and dissolves 2 grams of Coke in distilled water in the bottle, and then proceeds to.
Whoa.
Being
I've
able
not
to do
heard.
blow
I've
like
heard of this.
That kind of
but I've
sounds
I've not seen
brilliant.
this.
Someone did this in my presence, and again, I don't do Coke. I have no interest in it at all. But someone did this, and I went, "You could do that?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's actually like a science guy, and he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why doesn't everyone do that?" Why does any? If all this is Coke and water and and it's done. Why is anyone handling Coke?
There's only one MacGyver, Matt. Yeah, one.
Jeez.
I go, this is a thing you can do, and this hasn't spread like fucking wildfire? Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Bill Nye will put it on his show. And
Yeah.
then
That's
he'll
the thing
spread.
you do. But here's where that method takes a real turn southward, is if you go to the club and you want to share. Yeah. Imagine how many things that went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Burning Man just has like these giant like Coke shields, just like made out of like
There's a Coke
iron
bubble. You
and
can
just,
go in the Coke bubble.
Yeah.
It's a vacuum.
Yeah.
It's like slightly negative air pressure.
Someone's like, "Whoa, cool art." It's like you're in a snow globe. It's like sort of.
Yeah.
Snow
You could
globe.
say
Yeah,
that.
you get. It's just a table in a bubble.
Yeah, let's all sprout some really good ideas.
Let's all talk about the band we're gonna form tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh fuck, we have 4 bass players.
Oh my God. Some of the conversations that you must have had at Burning Man.
Yeah.
Not nearly as weird as the ones I've had at. Well, no, weird is a different story. The most cocaine conversations I've ever had were in Playa del Rey.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd never been around it, and I was like, "Wow, these guys are really gonna start a band tomorrow." I was so naive. And I look back, and then jump ahead 6 months when I figured out, I'm like, I don't need to talk to you today. I don't need to talk to you at this party.
I keep going to that SoundCloud, and there's nothing there.
Guys, I showed up for practice. You're all asleep.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think the band's gonna happen.
Just sitting there with your
One
trombone.
guy and a
because
bass.
it was a ska band, of course.
I think ska's coming back.
Is it?
I'm starting to
I was
listen-
huge into ska.
Dude, I'm starting to listen to some songs on. Did you break your headphones?
Yeah.
I'm starting to listen to some songs on the radio that have a real fucking ska beat to them.
Man.
I'm kind of. Has
That
it
was-
been 25 years? It has, right? 93?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Shit,
me
it's
and
time.
my Ford Festiva, just listening to Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
My first ever concert was Real Big Fish.
Me too.
No, that's a lie. Not my first. My first concert is like my first concert where I made out with a chick. Was Real Big Fish.
Where were you? I must have been there too.
Irvine. No, the Irvine Auditorium in New York City.
Okay,
Was it
yeah.
you?
I know. I
Did
did
I make out with you at Real Big
Yeah.
Fish?
No, that was my first concert I went to. Was the House of Blues in Anaheim. Was Real Big Fish.
You can book Real Big Fish for your wedding or party for $27,500. I learned that from my agent.
What about the Dan Band? That'd be a fun
The
one.
Dan Band is less. The one I actually really looked at, which I think was 10, was Richard Cheese. Have you heard of Richard?
Oh, he's
Richard
genius.
Cheese does like lounge covers
Oh,
of
yes.
like metal songs,
Yes.
and
But really
stuff,
well.
but really good. Yeah,
Yeah, I have heard of him.
yeah. But we're getting, I'm getting married in April,
yeah.
and so just out of curiosity, I asked my agent, like,
Yeah.
can you find me like how much it costs to get like real bands?
Yeah.
Just I need to know.
Yeah, like if Real Big Fish would be sick if I walked on. Oh my god,
That'd be
fucking-
amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but
and not that I have 30 to blow, but I considered something like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like, they're not playing your like wedding songs and shit. They're and like maybe you could convince them to play along a bit and do a few covers or whatever. But primarily you'd be hosting a Real Big Fish concert on a wedding. So we went against.
Yeah, true.
But like you could get what was the really Darius Rucker was 20, and I thought for a minute that would actually be kind of cool to have Hootie and the Blowfish. But Hootie,
God,
you don't need the Blowfish. You just need Hootie.
Didn't he pivot and like start a different band after?
I think
like
he mostly does
country-ish band or
country. But
something?
if you fucking booked him, he knows what he needs to play.
Yeah, you slip him an extra 5. You're like,
Listen,
stick
bro.
to the oldies.
Yeah, but there was like some little punk bands and stuff that you've heard of that you could
that's
get.
so cool.
Yeah, you. It's like there's a real sweet spot, and I mean you got to be fucking loaded, obviously, but there's a real sweet spot at about $75,000. Which is, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, look, if you were selling tickets or something, you know, or you had a charity or you were doing something, but like $75,000 will get you like live, like a big band from the '90s.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like a band that's like, whoa, really? Like one of those bands. And who was the other one that was like 75? That was Soul Asylum was 40.
Soul Asylum?
For 40, I thought, all right. Fuck, who was the other 90s band?
I feel like every
Everclear. You could get Everclear for 75. I was like, that's pretty fucking good, actually.
All right.
Yeah. That'd be rad. Everclear at your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to fuck up and get someone like too sad though. You don't want to get like Seether or some shit.
It's like buying a 15-year-old Bentley.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh wow, these were $400,000 when they came out. 85
$85,000.
Tantric.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what I thought would be fun is Modest Yahoo, actually. I thought for a Jewish wedding, Modest Yahoo would be
That'd
rad.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I bet you he's like over 100,000.
Not.
Really?
Not. More than I can afford, but not over 100. Because he was like 60 or 70. Yeah.
Damn.
Because he's only because it depends on how many people are in the band too, right? Some like big bands, it's like if you want a big bad voodoo daddy, it's like $150,000 and they're a one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
14 of them.
You're like, how about just Natalie and Bruglia?
We got a bathtub,
Yeah.
right? Did you see that chick?
$15,000?
That's Fiona Apple.
At the top end.
Imagine negotiating with one of those fucking people.
Oh my god, that's what you have an agent for. You want to talk to them.
Exactly.
Fucking at the very top, in case anyone's curious, Billy Joel, Elton John, Cher, Madonna, and who the fuck was the other one? Somebody just, I mean, like Rolling Stones and U2 were $2 million. That was the high end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. I think it was Jim Jeffries performed at some famous actor's birthday or something.
That's what I was talking about. David Packer's birthday party.
I have no idea who that
David
is.
Packer, you don't. He's an Australian rich guy who was engaged to Mariah Carey. That's why you know who he is. He was Mariah Carey's boyfriend. That story was about her hiring him to perform at his birthday party and him not remembering who he was.
Yeah, and then him and Warren Beatty like going out together.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they were saying, I think, what's his face? Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Because he's sober, like he'll hire crazy expensive musicians to play his birthday because he loves music, but like
he hasn't
can get
spent all his
anybody.
money on drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
If
There you
you're
go.
that rich and sober, the sky is the limit.
True. Yeah.
Or maybe you're Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was in that music video. Who's that new rapper that I don't like but has fucking shit all over his face? It's like the
White guy?
song's
You gotta be
just
more
called
specific.
Drugs. It's a white guy. He's young. He's a young one. He's not like
He's white?
It's Lil Pump. I think it's Lil Pump.
Lil Pump,
Lil
yeah.
Pump, right? And the song's called Drugs.
Wow.
And Charlie Sheen's in the video. Like all my friends are on drugs or something is the song. Yeah, that's the guy. Is he white? I don't know if he's white. He's white-ish.
Ric Flair was in a music
light-skinned.
video.
I
heard-
believe that for sure.
I heard that documentary was amazing about
It was great.
The Ric Flair documentary?
It's it gets real. It's all those wrestling documentaries get so fucking sad at the end.
The Andre the Giant one was amazing.
Yeah, that's
Also
the most
very
watched
sad.
Also sad.
documentary of ever.
Is
Really?
it?
Yeah.
Ever. I still haven't watched the Mr. Rogers
Look at this
one. That's the one I
motherfucker.
gotta watch.
Look at this guy.
I think the song is called Drug Addicts. It's like all my
my
friends
God.
is drug addicts.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the smart gremlin in Gremlins 2. The one that's in hi, what's
That's
going
funny.
on?
And he's wearing a Waldo
He
sweater.
does.
He does look like the smart gremlin. Can you pull up the smart gremlin?
This
Yes.
guy, Nino, who knows a lot more about music than I do, fucking loves this Lil Pump guy. I don't know. Smart gremlin. There he is. Isn't that him?
Holy shit. Fucking A, man.
Telling you. I'm telling you.
Well done, Ralph.
So fucking good, bro.
Would you like to listen to my...
Gremlin-looking motherfucker.
That's amazing. Good for you. That's a great drop.
I have some music I'd like to play for you.
It's fucking so funny, dude.
Hey, guys. From the neck up, well, from the chin up, he looks like someone who would be on a poster of like positivity at a school. Like, hey, you could be cool and learn. And then you peel down, it's like Flaming Skull's neck tattoo.
Oh my God.
The face tattoos, you're really committing. You better be a great fucking rapper because that's what you're doing.
Yeah, because it's not a lot. You know, it's
you can work in a call center after that.
Fuck.
Be a mascot somewhere.
Oh shit, is it really 6:10? All right, let's go to the super chat. Let's see what's going on in what the folks want us to hear us talk about instead of this bullshit we be talking about. Can you zoom in? Oh man, this dude wants to know, how do I go about importing an RS6 wagon from Germany and is it worth it? Okay, you can't and it's not. Paul Walker back in the day imported an RS6 wagon. It cost him $275,000 to do it, to have the car fully federalized legally. He then sold it 2 years later for 85 grand.
Ooh.
Really?
Woo! Took a bath on it.
So that's going to go up eventually.
Not to 275 it ain't. Well, maybe because it was Paul's. Maybe.
In 20 years.
Maybe.
Those cars are so awesome.
They're fucking rad. Yeah. So importing, the law with importing cars is 25 years. If the car is not 25 years old and it wasn't sold in this country, it's almost never worth it. Almost never.
It would be cheaper to buy an A6 wagon and an RS6 and have them grafted together, like the guy that did the E46 wagon M3 with the blue one.
Oh my God.
You can do it perfectly. You just got to spend money and time.
Yeah, and I think it's on Bring a Trailer right now. Someone did that with an RS4. Really? Someone made an RS4 Avant in America by combining a 2007 RS4 and a
Avant clone.
Yeah, it's Avant clone. Yeah, that's it. It looks fucking rad, dude. I mean, that shit is hot.
Good color.
What is that color? That color is awesome.
Is it dolphin gray? No.
No, it's a flaky green.
Oh.
It's like a metallic flake green.
Scroll down. It should say right on the right there what color it is.
Cambridge green metallic finish.
That thing. Keep going down. I'll see more pictures. That car looks dope.
Yeah.
Man, the best colors are green.
How much do you think this guy had into this
manual
fucking thing?
gearbox, KW variant 3s, aftermarket heated Recaros, Brembo. So he modded it well and had it built.
Yeah.
And the fenders look great. They're wide body
done by Frank's Auto Care in Hamden, Connecticut, with the bulk of the panels sourced from a US spec RS4. And the German, so they use the right bumpers.
How much do they want for it right now?
It's sitting at 28 with 6 days left. I bet you it goes for high 40s.
Is the reserve off?
A regular RS4 is in good shape, is like a $35,000 to $40,000 car right now. Yeah. I bet this gets high 40s. That thing's fucking rad,
dude. Walk around video.
Real cool. Looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Really, really good. I love that.
Is a phenomenal car. Well done.
I think my favorite of the wagons is the Euro RS4 B5.
Yeah.
That shit, I just want one. I don't know why. I just want one.
See him around that blue, Imola blue, right?
Fuck yeah.
Very good.
Nagaro blue. Nagaro blue. The cursed color. The curse of the Nagaro blue.
Why is it a curse?
There was a feeling at the time. Well, first off, those B5 S4s got crashed a bunch. Everyone crashed them back in the day because everyone thought all-wheel drive would keep you out of trouble, and it definitely does not. And a lot of them were sold in Nagaro blue, and a lot of them were crashed. And
damn, it's sexy.
There is just sort of a thing. If you just type in like "curse of Nagaro blue," it is definitely a real thing that people would talk about.
Oh man!
And they renamed the color Sprint Blue for the B6.
Was it a curse where basically like the people that were drawn to that color drove like idiots were idiots?
Yeah,
you know,
it could be. But it was a trope at the time that the Nagaro blue cars were cursed, and they're fucking rare. You never see Nagaro blue cars anymore. But yeah, they used to talk about this shit a lot. It's a beautiful color, and I don't even think. Something tells me that Nagaro blue and Sprint blue are not that different, but they did change it the following year.
Oh God, that's dope.
Great car. I mean, not great cars, but like gives you the fizzies. Great cars, not actually good cars.
Yeah.
But the styling of that is just so clean and nice. It's the right size. Speaking of size, take a left turn here. I got this Lexus LS, the big one, the 500 outside. Had the ES last week. Get this. I haven't measured, but I swear the ES is roomier than the LS.
Oh, interior-wise?
Yeah, it's a front-wheel drive platform. It really opens up that cabin, and the LS feels really kind of cramped. I mean, it's not small. It's a luxury car, but like the ceiling is low, and the trans tunnel takes up a lot of space, and the seats are like bigger and fluffier, and it really felt like the ES had more room than the LS. I gotta like go look at the numbers later, but I hate to say this, but the new ES Lexus is a really good reason to not buy an LS.
There you go. How much are you saving?
A shitload. I don't have a window sticker. I'm waiting to. They got to email me one for this car, but I'd be shocked if it was less than 85 or 90 grand. And LSs are loaded up. LS is usually like 85 grand, and then and the ES I had was 53, and it was loaded. Had everything.
Yeah.
It was the ES 350 was so nice. I mean, it's not a sports car by any means, but the ride and handling were excellent. The space was excellent. It was really, really nice. It was the most refined non-electric car I have ever been in. Let's caveat that isn't a fucking Bentley or a Rolls.
Yeah.
Most refined normal car I've ever driven that's not electric or like $300,000.
Man.
Really, really nice.
All right.
Do you
Get
have
ready
the
for this.
You got the actual numbers?
The LS passenger volume is 99.4 cubic feet. And
the ES
is only 97. It's 97.4.
Oh, so it's only two.
So it's damn close.
It's damn close, and the wheelbase is longer, and I bet you more than the entire difference is the space between the rear seats and the front seats.
Yeah.
Like there's a big, if you're tall, you can kind of lounge out in the back. But that's very similar for a full size and a mid-size car, right?
Yeah. That's real
Thank
close.
you for finding that, and I appreciate you getting the numbers.
No
See,
problem.
no, I'm not
right.
nuts.
Yeah,
I'm not nuts.
exactly.
What else we got on the super side? Sorry, I did a Jim Norton there for a minute, and I didn't want to. He lost me when he started doing the characters. Jimmy's voices.
Yeah,
it's not funny. George says, "Yo, Matt, did anything ever happen with the warehouse of forgotten McLaren F1 engines? We mentioned there being an update on a while ago." Okay, so a story was told to me that McLaren had a bunch of F1, not cars from the McLaren F1, actual Formula One engines from the 80s. Oh. That was not entirely true. It was actually clarified later. The actual story was that TAG, which had the TAG F1 motor from the 80s, they have the engines, and there are some engines. And the thing about it was that it was Porsche worked with TAG in the 80s to develop the turbocharged engines, and Ron Dennis has a 930 Porsche that has a TAG F1 engine in it.
Oh my god!
I don't know if it's actually drivable.
Oh my god!
There is a picture of it.
Yeah.
Google Porsche 930 TAG F1 engine, and there is a picture of it. We found it. It exists.
Like it's not drivable, as in it's terrifying and impossible.
No,
to drive,
I don't
or
know if it is
may not
physically drivable. I'm not sure. I can't.
The TAG Turbo?
The TAG Turbo
Jesus
engine, yeah.
Christ.
So TAG, which is, if you're into watches, is half of TAG Heuer. TAG, it was a motorsports company that was specializing in ceramic coatings, and turbochargers. No?
It might take a while to find.
It might take a while to
thing.
find. There is a picture of it, of the engine open, and there it is. That's it right there. Top left and middle is the picture. That's the car on the top left. It's a Porsche 930, and you see it says TAG on the front bumper there.
Yeah.
What does that say? What else does it say?
It says TAG Turbo.
TAG Turbo. So there it is.
Whoa.
That's the Formula One engine in the back
Damn.
of the car. So that is a real thing. Yeah, and Ron Dennis apparently has
God.
I'll go ahead and guess that car does run.
Yeah.
It's got to run. I don't know what the point would be if it didn't.
Exactly.
The intercoolers are like lunch boxes for construction workers.
Oh my god!
They're
Wow.
cubes. They're
Jesus
big
Christ.
cubes.
So there's no
funny.
video of it, obviously.
I've never seen anything besides the
picture.
two pictures we just looked at. Yeah, that's all I've ever seen.
Man.
Apparently, it is owned by Ron Dennis, though, so which is fucking cool. Fucking cool. But that was the story of the hidden. Apparently, there's a cache somewhere of those engines. God. We met a dude in New Zealand when we were down there who had a E34 BMW 5 Series with 1,000 horsepower, and it had this turbo on it that I've never seen before. It was weird as fuck. And do you remember this guy?
The gold car, right?
It was like brown or something.
Yeah.
It was a super sleeper. Didn't look like shit.
Yes.
And the guy said that he had been a part of a group that discovered a storage unit full of IndyCar turbos.
Whoa,
Lola,
that's so
I think they were
cool.
Lola turbos, or possibly Cosworth turbos from Indy cars. And he managed to put one in a fucking 5 Series and on their engine and made 1,000 horsepower. Cool. Yeah, it was real crazy. I don't know. Is it? Do they race Lolas in Indy? If there's Lolas, it was a Lola. I think it was. I'm probably fucking this up, but the guy definitely had an IndyCar turbo in his shit,
cool.
and it was huge. It was a huge turbo.
I even love those, just like that, those like Mustangs with those old NASCAR motors in them.
Oh hell yeah!
Those are so cool.
I had a NASCAR motor in the Cobra I had back in the day.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a Bill Elliott practice motor. It was an old motor, and it was a 353 cubic inch Ford.
What is it? Redline.
Well, so here's the thing. So it redlined at $9,000, the motor.
Yeah.
And at $9,000 it made 650 on pump gas. We put a 6,000 RPM MSD cutoff in it because we want to fucking die.
Yeah.
And it made 475 at 6,000 RPM.
Oh shit, it's all up there.
It was so gnarly.
Yeah.
It was so gnarly, and it was on a Jericho, and it fucking wanted me dead. It was terrible. The idea of having a NASCAR
cool.
engine is so cool. What
Yeah.
you really want is a NASCAR chassis with an LS3 and straight pipes. You know, that's really what you want. Martin says, did I ever drive a first-gen Toyota MR2? I did not, but I saw a really mint one at the store yesterday.
Justin, thank you very much for your generous
Yes,
donation.
shout out to Justin Clark.
Justin donates every show, and he didn't. Last night I got home and looked at my email, and there was just a PayPal donation. Like, he just gives me money. Like,
Is this your Justin Clark or my Justin Clark?
do you have a Justin Clark?
I have a Justin Clark. He he has a 65 Mustang, drives it around. He's comic.
Oh no, different
Yeah.
Justin Clark. This dude I think is in San Francisco, and he's the guy who bought my Skyline.
Oh,
Still has it, I believe. Justin, comment in the free zone
Yeah.
if you're still there. If you've still got my R32 and how it is. It's fucking lovely. It was a
and if you're my
lovely
Justin
car.
Clark, you better give me that $40 you owe me. I just watched how much you gave.
Stand up and say, I'm Kirk Douglas's son.
Okay, he actually asked a question.
Oh, he did?
Genuinely wondering whether or not you guys think Jamal Hamidi going to Land Rover is bad for Ford performance direction. Any chance that negatively affects the GT500
he was
direction?
completely behind the
So Jamal Hamidi was
GT500.
Yeah, head of Ford Performance, chief design engineer, and he was responsible for both Raptors, both Ford GTs, all the Shelbys since 2007, and the GT, including the GT350, and probably had a bunch of time in the GT500 as well before he left. And he left and went to Jag Land Rover, and he's now responsible for SVR, for the fast Jags and the fast Land Rovers, which I'm very excited about. I mean, because they were already doing a pretty good job.
They're killing it, man.
They were doing a great job, and this guy's a rock star.
Yeah.
And so, is it bad for Ford?
Who's there now? Who's the new guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think any company to lose that guy is bad for that company. I mean, he is such a rock star that, you know, he shits fucking gold.
Yeah.
So it's going to be bad. I don't think the GT500 will be, I don't think it was going to be good and now it'll be terrible by any means. It'll probably be fine. But
Ford's making good shit now. They got the Bullet.
is that for me? Was that for me?
That was for, dude, I loved watching that. And like just seeing the backlash, because it literally was like,
oh my God,
it was
Steve
literally like
McQueen
Matt
people.
sitting down like a bunch of 5-year-olds and telling them for 10 minutes why Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah.
Movie sucks. Steve McQueen's dead. It's green.
That's actually, if we were to do an honest ad
Movie
for
sucks.
the car.
Steve McQueen's dead.
It's unfortunate.
green.
Car drove good.
That's actually one of my favorite colors.
It's a
Highland
beautiful,
green.
It's a beautiful color. I
Highland
wish if
green.
you could just get a PP2 in that color, that would be the shit.
It's like if Matt's like, Santa Claus isn't real, reindeer can't fly. Have you ever seen him? No, but presents are fun.
But also, like even Bullet the movie, like that's not even a Mustang.
What?
The audio for it's a charger or something.
They overdubbed. Yeah. The audio they got later at Willow Springs, as I found out. Yeah, it's all overdubbed. Justin came back in and said, "Such a dope car." I assume he meant my Skyline.
He did, and now there's an argument going of what's better, R34, 33, or 32.
34. Duh. Skylines are like Corvettes. No, they're not. I was going to say you always want the newest one, but
no, you don't.
R34. That's the short answer. Thoughts on, Pat says, thoughts on a 2013 and up, that's a second gen Genesis Coupe 3.8. Zach and I actually went to the launch for that car.
We did.
In Las Vegas. I
like those.
I like them too, actually. I thought it was a good improvement and often overlooked in the second-hand market.
They came out swinging. When that came out, it was like, that's a good-looking car.
There was a big improvement over the first-gen cars. They were nice. And better than 370Z, I would say, yes, I think so.
They got to be cheaper still, right?
I just drove that 2012, and I'll say that 350Zs have way better steering. Like way better steering feel. Okay. Yeah, but the one I drove was a 2-liter 2012, I think, with the mods on it and stuff. But the steering was just zero, like numb as fuck.
Is it electric on the Hyundai?
I think it was the first gen electric, which is not good.
I think it got better in 13 and up. The Zs are not as good as a lot of people remember them. But with the right set of coilovers and the right exhaust and tune, they're all right.
Depends what you want. Like I think the Z is and the 370Z just feels huge, but as like a seat of the pants and fingertips like track driving car, I think it's pretty talkative compared to like the Genesis. But the Genesis I think looks better and interior is kind of a wash. So
other rear wheel drive 2-door recommendations for less than 20 BRZ. I'll take a supercharged BRZ over either of those other cars all day.
Yes.
Rotrex supercharger on a BRZ is rock and roll. It's about 290 wheel horsepower.
Oh, that's sick, huh?
Great car.
How much is a supercharger for that?
45
to 6. Yeah. Worth it. You pick up, because they depreciate like crazy.
But
pick one of those up and
a roots blower or
Rotrex. So it's like a snail.
Yeah.
But gear driven and not belt driven.
Centrifugal.
Yes, centrifugal. Yeah, rad.
So that makes the
just keep the boost low and use the tune they give you, and just be happy with that. Otherwise, you'll break something for sure.
Yeah. Brendan says, I daily attuned WRX and want a second fun car. Suggestions for 15,000. I would say 15,000 is not a lot, but in a certain type of car, it's a bunch, and that type of car is right-hand drive cars. If you are willing to drive on the right side of the car, 15 grand goes a long fucking way, my friend. You can get a sweet Skyline GTST that'll be fun as hell with an inline 6 and a turbo and manual, and you can slide them, and there's mods.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you live anywhere but California, right? Then you can basically bring it in.
Yeah, well, you can. There's certain cars that are. I wouldn't say go import one, but there's a bunch of this shit at dealers, and there's IVI, International Vehicle Importers. By the way, Sean Morris is going to be on the show from International Vehicle Importers. There's a bunch of guys around. What else would you say?
Well, does he want is the tuned WRX like the car? Does the second car need to be more of like just a safe, fun car, or do you say like just two fun cars?
I think his tuned WRX is going to be a practical everyday car, and he's looking for something that is not necessarily practical. That's how I read that.
Yeah.
15K will also get you a C5 Vet in decent shape. It'll get you a
Mustang GT,
lots of Mustang,
mods, lots of Mustang.
Yeah.
Get you lots of Miata. It'll get you lots of MR2.
Yeah.
It'll get you a little bit of Porsche. You could probably get into a Boxster for that.
You could get a modded E36 M3 and have lots of money to fix it.
Totally, yeah.
Which, the one I drove, I don't know what that guy was going to sell it for, but that was a really, really fun driver's car.
How about you go old, get an old Regal T-Type?
Hell yeah. Or E30.
Stuck on this goddamn Radwood, guys. I'm sorry.
15K will get you a bunch of E30, and those are fun too.
Those are real fun.
Yeah, they're good. Spencer
Volvos.
Spencer said,
the 240.
You go with the Volvo.
That's fun. That's
740 turbo with a manual.
Yeah. You know what? I'd throw the Ford motor in it.
Oh, the Coyote motor.
Yeah. No. Just
the old 302.
Yeah.
Yes. If I had we saw that someone built a white 740 with an LS in it and a manual, and it sold on Bring Trailer for like 10 grand. And the guy who bought it has owned it for 2 years and put like 30,000 miles on it. It runs perfect. It was built well. Like that would be the jam. That'd be great.
I've heard a lot of good things about LS swapped Volvo wagons. That they are just easy to do and fucking the best fun ever. Apparently they have great balance. Really.
That's
Apparently they
great.
have really good front rear weight distribution.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Spencer says, "Oh, if there are 16 in the clip, how many are in the hole?" One. It's an easy question. Thank you, Spencer. Cam says, "Finally watched All Cars Go to Heaven. Liked it so much. Here's some more with money attached." Thank you.
Wow.
All Cars Go to Heaven. We haven't talked about it in a while.
No, you should explain.
If those of you who are new and
That's
don't
back
know,
in the day.
Yeah, Zach and I and Thad and Tom made 2 films, All Cars Go to Heaven 1 and 2. And if you go to thesmokingtire.com, you can watch them on Vimeo through, right? What happened there? Fuck was that? The Smoking Tire, Zach, not just smokingtire.com. God damn it.
What's our company called?
Where's movies? Movies? Yeah, there you go. So they're on Vimeo. They're like, I don't know, $3. They're fun. They're basically like shitbox challenges.
What year did you do these? The first one?
The first one was 14, and the second... No, the first one was 13, and the second was 14, I think. The first was 14, the second was 15. 14 and 16. Thank you. 14 and 16. They're very fun. There it is, on Vimeo. All Cars Go to Heaven 1 and All Cars Go to Heaven 2, Better Than a Horse. That was the second one. Thank you for watching it.
Real fun.
Yeah, no, people are still discovering it. We get an occasional notification that someone found it. I'd like to make another one. I wish we could find a way to justify it financially.
Yep. We just need a sponsor again.
Another sponsor. If you want to sponsor All Cars Go to Heaven 3, do we have an idea? Oh, well, the Lexus was supposed to be 3. Didn't really work out that way.
It's a long-running process. We're making it like a... I don't know what movie took 7 years to make.
Right.
It's like fucking Detox, Dr. Dre.
It's like
There you go.
developing the Lexus.
It's coming, don't worry.
It's Chinese democracy.
Yeah.
I just talked to Thaddeus, by the way, who said Emirates is really about bringing the Lexus to Dubai.
Really?
Yep. They
All
have
right.
apparently their air cargo is shipping a lot this way, and their planes are going back to Dubai mostly empty. And so if I want to get anything sent over there, if it's a cool car and a cool story, they are about it.
Okay, does Thad know a two-wheeler over there?
A what?
A two-wheeler, a guy that throws it the cars on two wheels.
On that? I think that's some Saudi shit, but he probably does.
Oh my god. Yeah.
If he doesn't, fucking Faisal certainly does. We could find some of that.
Yeah.
They know Hogwalla guys.
Yeah.
They totally do.
Man.
Yeah, they have some craziness over there.
They just have space and no turns
And no
like,
laws.
That's what you do. Yeah. You just got to do something. That's really bananas.
I would like to try the two-wheel thing. That seems really fun. Also, the road skating. I think I'd
So
like to try
is that
Saudi
like
road
something?
skating.
Do you have to
What's
get like
that?
your tire
You never
pressure?
see that?
Is that the Hogwalla?
Oh yeah, no, they
No,
get
that's
out.
when they are on the sand. They're on their sandals on the road.
It's like ghost riding, but faster.
Just type in Saudi road skating.
You would do that?
No, I would like to try it.
Really? I'm very.
In theory,
I try it.
someone does it.
Oh yeah, it's where you like you
Yeah.
stand
Where you
up
stand
holding the door.
outside the door.
You're water skiing on the tarmac, holding the door.
Yeah, are the sandals made of like wood? Is that what they're doing?
Well, we can't play this because YouTube will pull our stuff. I think.
Can we get image of Saudi road skating? It's so. There you go. That's a great picture of what it looks like. It looks like all the pictures of the same guy.
Yeah.
They are.
Shit is mad shady.
Oh man.
Pull that over, Zach.
The res is real bad, so I apologize.
Yeah,
to
it's from like a
people.
240p video, but you get the idea
Damn.
of what these
It's from
dudes.
frickin' E-Bomb's world.
The guy, yeah, in the image we're looking at, the car's going 60.
Yeah.
And these guys are just chilling along outside the car.
When I was a kid, we tied a snow saucer to the back of a car and went to a tarmac parking lot, and I was in it, and they started doing like a slide, and we burned through that plastic so fast, and all of a sudden my ass was just on fire.
Yeah.
Look at the lunch tray.
Oh yeah, no, I know. That
gotta
was
do
before
the
the lunch
Tray
break.
sliding? You guys
That
are
was
tray sliding?
That was Bob Bondurant tray sliding.
Oh man.
That's legendary on
God,
the
the
wall.
first time I ever saw a video of tray sliding, I was like, "Oh my god, I can be a king in a front-wheel drive car."
Yeah, totally.
Dude, do it with your Taurus.
Yeah, I
You
could.
should.
You got a show? Is that the end?
That's no.
Oh no. David says looking for a cheap winter beater. would I recommend a first-gen Boxster? There's tons in my area, around 7,000. P.S. I live in Lake Tahoe. It'll be in the snow.
Ooh.
Boy, is that an interesting question.
Suzuki SX4.
Not a bad
Done.
idea.
No, actually, it's not a bad idea.
It's a great car.
Have you driven one? I've never driven one. You have?
Yeah,
Is it all right?
yeah. I literally, like, me and my girl are talking about buying a house in Maine, and like, I want a Suzuki SX4 as my main car.
The reviews I read about this, no joke, were all very positive when it came.
Yeah.
Like, this is
They're
a really
cheap
fun, tossable thing.
You know what was
the
great? The
cheapest fun cars.
Suzuki Kazashi was great, too, when I reviewed that back in the day, and then it was gone. I think I've seen 2 on the road ever since.
Yeah.
SX4, I will give you. That's a good winner beater. All right, he wants to know about he basically wants us to tell him it's okay to buy a Boxster. That's what he wants. Here's the things you don't want to do with a Boxster. Break the top, break the gearbox, or break the engine. Any one of those things will total the car at $7,000.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So the top in the snow is a bad idea, probably, unless you have garage
if you just
parking.
leave it up all the time, it's fine. But like,
If it dumps 2 feet and puts weight on that,
could be an issue.
yeah. I mean, it'd be like my Hoon brain is like, this is a great idea. Put snow tires on it. It'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Which is probably what he would do.
You also have IMS issues in that car. That's an IMS car. So it's $7,000. It's not a huge risk. And honestly, I think a Boxster on snow tires would be great fucking fun.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny to pull into ski lots just sliding with that thing. It'd be really hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I think a Boxster on snow tires would be super fun to drive, although with the actual hills in Lake Tahoe, it could be an issue. These are not reliable cars. They're just not. That's why it's $7,000. It's $7,000 because something is broken on it that the guy doesn't want to tell you about, and you're gonna find it the hard way.
Yeah.
And if you blow a motor in this car, a replacement's $25.
Oof.
$25 for an engine is for a Boxster. So if you want to buy a shitty Boxster, you better buy it as a actual disposable item.
For a cheap, I mean, I really like where his head's at, but I think I almost never say this. I would go F-body. Because it's going to work. The engine's going to work. You could probably put like a 2-inch lift on it somehow. Like you've seen those things. It would be hilarious, and it's going to work.
Yeah.
I think if you want to be brave, go for it. But I cannot offer sound financial advice based on that decision. Fuck me.
Rear-wheel drive winter beater car.
Yeah.
Oh, the SX4 is not real. Oh, you can. No, it's either
It's
two-wheel drive.
It's all-wheel drive.
It's either
SX4 is
two-wheel drive or
right?
all-wheel drive. It's like a little switch.
That's the practical. Is it actually a switch?
Yeah.
It's on a switch. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you switch it.
How about that? You want to plug some gigs? What do you got coming up? Anything?
Yeah. What do I have coming up?
In the meantime, I have almost nothing to promote right now. Zach's got new one takes coming out next week. I got one takes coming out next week. I
started editing your Ferrari videos today.
Is it funny?
I just started getting select. The CS sounds amazing.
The CS sounds amazing. Did you notice we talk about it driving a little funny? Well, we talked about it driving a little funny.
Okay.
Imagine your alignment was off, but the rear alignment was off. That's how it was driving.
Like most lifted trucks.
Yeah, that's how it was driving. And after I drove the car, he pulled off. He went in to check what it was, and the left side rear wheel bearing was like hours from just completely falling off and disintegrating.
That's very scary.
Very scary. 80,000 mile challenge Stradale though. Pretty fucking rad.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Does he? Because I saw the walk around. He had like 3 Ferrari. I mean, is the Testarossa thing?
Yeah, he works.
But he had
This
3
dude
Ferraris?
he works on his own cars. He likes buying shitty Ferraris. That's his thing. He buys beat Ferraris, fixes them up, drives them, and sells them for a small profit. So he had a 355 that was not beat. It was a little rough around the edges, but it was a 355. And then his daily is an 80,000 mile Stradale, and then he has this thing called Radarossa, which is there's a picture of it on my Instagram from like a week back. It's a Testarossa that was converted into a convertible in the 80s badly.
Ooh.
And he was looking for there it is on the right. He was looking for like a gearbox.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw that thing?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
And he found this thing on Ferrari Chat completely disassembled in parts. So he bought a shell.
Yeah.
He bought the car shell, and he bought a box with, quote, 80% of the parts in it.
The interior is interesting.
The interior is interesting because the dashboard was one of the things not included. So he had to get a dashboard, and it's from a different colored car. So the interior is like 3 different colors. And there's some, it's like primer on the outside, bare metal with some red. And, but It is a very real 87 numbers matching Testarossa.
All right.
And it's hilarious. It's actually really fucking funny. And not like it doesn't necessarily drive good, but it definitely drives like what? No, you don't know. It's a crappy Ferrari. It drives like a crappy Ferrari, but a crappy Ferrari is still better than a lot of things.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to go out and do 200 miles an hour in this fucking thing, but I really enjoyed driving it to the pub.
Yeah.
Driving this to the pub and parking it up front was spectacular.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's for. It's for that.
Better than valeting your DeLorean?
Valeting the DeLorean was great because that's the shell there. Pull that over. That's the shell. Oh, fucking hell. When he found it, but then ad has just come up to play over it. Anyway, valet parking the DeLorean was good.
Yeah.
They just moved shit out of the way for
Yeah,
that.
that's dope.
This thing is so ridiculous that you can actually park it wherever you want.
Yeah.
We parked in front of Windsor Castle and nobody gave a fuck. It was hilarious.
Yeah. They're like, who the hell is this guy?
But I mean, it took him 2 years, but he had no owner's manual or anything. And that one on those are and he just said, I wonder where this goes, and put it there. I wonder where this goes.
So rad.
Took him 2 years in a very small garage.
Yeah.
Look at that garage. That is not a big space in which to rebuild a vehicle.
Nope.
So shout out to Scott. That shit was dope. The video's coming out, I guess, next week, and I gotta write the article too. Maybe if I get over the fucking crushing anxiety I'm feeling right now, I'll actually write it.
Yeah. Just follow me on Instagram. That'll be the best way because like I gotta update my website at Ralph Comedy.
Why am I not following you? Can you click follow there? I really should be. I'm sorry.
So I'm open. The dude I opened for is on America's Got Talent right now.
Oh,
so
nice.
He's like in the semifinals.
Oh.
Because I think he finds out now.
Wait, weren't you doing warm up for like a show, for like a sitcom or something?
No.
A game show? You weren't?
No.
Oh, I thought last time I talked to you, you had a gig doing like warm ups for like some big TV show. No?
No.
Who the fuck was that? Maybe that was not somebody else. I don't know. I thought he.
Yeah, no.
I saw he. Ralph Comedy on Instagram.
Yep.
Oh, thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
you closed out pretty strong.
Closed it out. I feel like garbage.
How you feeling? Still feeling bad?
Awful. I feel absolutely awful. I've got like been having chills this entire show.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming in, dude.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, audience, for listening and putting up with my fucking first 15 minutes of mental gymnastics and trying to fucking get over my stupid drug addiction. I guess if that's what I can, I guess I got to call it that, right?
Yeah.
I guess I got to.
Now you should start doing coke.
I might as well. Might as well.
Yeah. Now you lose some fucking weight.
Yeah. I'll let you know tomorrow.
You have 4 bands though.
Well, how much weight do you
Very
think I
chatty.
lose in day 2? I lost 8 pounds in day 1.
It shouldn't keep up that pace. I'm dead serious.
Oh,
It
bets?
I think 2 pounds.
I think 4.
How much water have you had today?
Water? I don't know, maybe a gallon of water, but I've had less than 500 calories.
Maybe another pound. Shouldn't be.
I'm gonna
Really
say
shouldn't.
2, maybe 3 pounds.
We'll see. Justin says, "Wonder if my question will get answered." Did someone super chat when we clicked off? If he did, I'm sorry. Go back. Where's super chat? I don't know.
At the bottom?
I don't want to. If someone makes a donation, I don't want to. No.
Yeah, let's answer. Let's find it.
He didn't do it.
Okay, cool. Well, sorry, Justin. Super chat if you want your question answered.
Says I did. LOL. It is
Okay.
not showing up, Justin, so it did not go through.
I'm sorry, Justin. Your question is simply not there. I apologize if that's a problem. Anyway, Smoking Tire Podcast is powered by Shout Engine. Get your own podcast at shoutengine.com. It's easy. You just need something to say it into, and a connection to the internet. Everything else is very, very easy. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
See ya.